The recommendation is to install the isolated panel board inside the operating room. Here are the advantages of installing inside the operating room. Firstly, reduced risk of infection. Isolating the panel board within the operating room helps maintain a sterile environment by preventing the spread of microorganisms. Secondly, improved safety. Placing the panel board inside the operating room allows easier access and monitoring by operating room personnel, minimizing the risk of electrical accidents. Thirdly, enhanced functionality. The close proximity of the panel board to the electrical equipment allows for quick adjustments and troubleshooting, ensuring optimal performance and patient safety. Fourthly, reduced potential for interference. Isolating the panel board within the operating room helps prevent electromagnetic interference with sensitive medical equipment. Fifthly, compliance with safety standards. Many countries and healthcare organizations require the isolation transformer and other electrical components to be located within the operating room for safety reasons. Now let's examine the disadvantages of installing outside the operating room. Firstly, increased risk of infection. Placing the panel board outside the operating room increases the potential for contamination from non-sterile areas. Secondly, reduced safety. Remote location can hinder access and monitoring, increasing the risk of electrical hazards. Thirdly, inconvenience for maintenance. Maintenance and repairs may require personnel to leave the sterile operating room environment, compromising efficiency. Fourthly, potential for interference. The distance between the panel board and electrical equipment can introduce signal loss or interference. Here are some additional considerations. The panel board should be located in a dedicated, non-traffic area within the operating room. It should be accessible for maintenance without disrupting operating room operations. Proper ventilation and cooling should be provided to prevent overheating. An isolated power system, or IPS, is a power distribution system designed to prevent electrical shock hazards in sensitive areas such as operating rooms. The core of an isolated power system is an isolation transformer. This transformer isolates the electrical supply from the building's main power grid, creating an ungrounded electrical system. This means that a single fault to ground will not cause a circuit breaker to trip, preventing interruption of power to critical equipment. Instead, a line isolation monitor, or LIM, is used to continuously monitor the impedance from each line of the isolated power system to ground. This provides an indication of the overall insulation integrity of the system. In the event of a ground fault, the LIM will alarm, alerting personnel to the condition. However, the circuit will not be interrupted unless a second fault occurs on the opposite line. The isolated power system is crucial for patient safety in operating rooms for several reasons. Firstly, it reduces the risk of macroshock. Macroshock occurs when a large amount of current, typically more than 1 milliamp, passes through a person's body. This can cause serious injury or death. Because the isolated power system is ungrounded, a single fault to ground will not create a path for current to flow through a person's body. Secondly, it reduces the risk of microshock. Microshock occurs when a small amount of current, typically less than 100 microamps, passes directly through the heart. This can be caused by faulty medical equipment or by conductive pathways such as catheters or pacing wires. An isolated power system significantly reduces the risk of microshock by limiting the amount of leakage current that can flow through a patient. The line isolation monitor is a critical component of an isolated power system. It continuously monitors the impedance from each line of the isolated power system to ground. This impedance is a measure of the resistance to the flow of current. A high impedance indicates good insulation and a low risk of ground faults. A low impedance indicates poor insulation and an increased risk of ground faults. The line isolation monitor typically has 2 alarm levels. The first alarm level is a warning alarm, which indicates that the impedance is decreasing and that a ground fault may be developing. The second alarm level is a critical alarm, which indicates that the impedance is dangerously low and that a ground fault is imminent. When the line isolation monitor alarms, it is important to investigate the cause of the alarm and to take corrective action. This may involve inspecting electrical equipment for damage or replacing faulty components. In addition to the isolation transformer and the line isolation monitor, an isolated power system also includes other components such as isolated conductors, isolated receptacles, and isolated ground buses. These components are designed to minimize the risk of ground faults and to ensure the integrity of the isolated power system. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides detailed requirements for the installation and maintenance of isolated power systems in healthcare facilities. These requirements are designed to ensure the safety of patients and staff. Article 517.19 and 517.20 of the NEC covers essential electrical systems for healthcare facilities. These sections outline requirements for critical care areas, including operating rooms, to ensure a reliable power supply. Specifically, it mandates the use of isolated power systems in these areas to minimize the risk of electrical shock hazards to patients and medical personnel. Isolated power systems offer a higher level of electrical safety compared to grounded systems, especially in critical care environments where patients are more susceptible to electrical shock due to invasive procedures and the use of sensitive medical equipment. The NEC mandates regular testing and maintenance of isolated power systems to ensure their continued functionality and safety. This includes routine inspections of the isolation transformer, line isolation monitor, and associated wiring. The NEC also requires healthcare facilities to develop and implement a comprehensive electrical safety program that addresses the risks associated with electrical equipment and systems. This program should include training for medical personnel on the proper use of electrical equipment and the procedures to follow in the event of an electrical incident. By adhering to the requirements of the NEC and implementing a comprehensive electrical safety program, healthcare facilities can significantly reduce the risk of electrical hazards and ensure the safety of patients and staff. When selecting an isolated power system for an operating room, it is important to consider several factors. Firstly, the size of the operating room and the amount of electrical equipment that will be used. The isolated power system must be sized to accommodate the electrical load of the operating room. Secondly, the type of medical equipment that will be used in the operating room. Some medical equipment is more sensitive to electrical interference than others. The isolated power system must be designed to minimize the risk of electrical interference. Thirdly, the requirements of the National Electrical Code and other applicable standards. The isolated power system must comply with all applicable codes and standards. The installation of an isolated power system should be performed by qualified electrical contractors who are experienced in installing these systems. The installation should be performed in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions and all applicable codes and standards. The isolated power system should be tested after installation to ensure that it is functioning properly. Regular maintenance of the isolated power system is essential to ensure its continued safety and reliability. The maintenance should include routine inspections of the isolation transformer, the line isolation monitor, and the associated wiring. The maintenance should also include regular testing of the isolated power system to ensure that it is functioning properly. The documentation for the isolated power system should be maintained in a readily accessible location. The documentation should include the manufacturer's instructions, the installation records, and the maintenance records. The staff who work in the operating room should be trained on the proper use of the isolated power system and the procedures to follow in the event of an electrical incident. The training should include information on the risks of electrical shock, the operation of the isolated power system, and the procedures for reporting electrical hazards. In summary, isolated power systems are essential for patient safety in operating rooms. They reduce the risk of electrical shock hazards and provide a reliable power supply for critical medical equipment. By following the requirements of the National Electrical Code and implementing a comprehensive electrical safety program, healthcare facilities can significantly reduce the risk of electrical hazards and ensure the safety of patients and staff. The location of the isolated panel board, whether inside or outside the operating room, is a critical decision that should be made based on a careful consideration of the factors discussed above. Installing the panel board inside the operating room offers several advantages, including reduced risk of infection, improved safety, enhanced functionality, and reduced potential for interference. However, it is also important to consider the potential disadvantages, such as the need for additional space and the potential for noise and heat generation. Ultimately, the best location for the isolated panel board will depend on the specific circumstances of the operating room and the needs of the healthcare facility.